Welcome back to 102.7 Chop FM. It is currently 8:35 p.m. and we are the Nerds of the North. I am DJ Bodobo.
I am DJ Padawan.
Now to start off the show, we had a couple of tracks there for you, including our nice intro of the show.
We managed to catch our promo for the first time since we made it.
Yeah, that was the lucky strike right there. First off, we had the theme from Raiders of the Lost Ark, done by the wonderful John Williams. Second, another wonderful artist, Lindsay Sterling, with her song Shadows.
Absolutely amazing song. Great album, too.
Yeah, awesome album. I highly recommend.
Yeah, catch the album on iTunes. You gotta get it.
Yeah, we can't get enough. It's usually our music when we're closing up at work.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Especially event nights.
Yeah, yeah. It's good to relax after a while.
Put on some Crystallize, put on some Shadows. We're good.
Yeah. All right. We're going to start off with some video game news. This is the releases for this week. First, quite a bit of games released this week, actually. Most of them were released yesterday.
Well, we're getting out of the January dead zone, so we're starting to get some good stuff back.
Starting to get back into the swing of things here. Yesterday, I know you picked this up, was Thief.
Yes.
Which is currently out for the PS4, the PS3, the 360, the Xbox One, and the PC. So just about any console out there other than handhelds.
Pretty much, yeah.
And I know you haven't tried it yet. You just picked it up today.
I have not tried it yet. I based my purchase of it off of watching about 2 hours of Let's Play footage.
Yep.
And the fact that it's coming from Square Enix, and the movement looks almost Assassin's Creed-ish.
It's funny because I just got an email it's like the Square Enix monthly email, and that was not in there at all. It was all Final Fantasy.
Well, they're really boosting Final Fantasy right now. It's Square Enix's baby.
I know it is. They got nothing else, man. Also yesterday was Port Royale Gold Edition for the PS3. I haven't even heard of this game. Couldn't tell you what it's about, sorry. Also yesterday was Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare for the Xbox One and the 360 and PC. I personally never got into these kind of games. I know some people that got sucked into them, but not really my type of game, really.
It sounds like it's almost like a tower defense game.
Yes.
Yeah, the last one of those I played was the South Park tower defense game.
Yeah, I played that one for quite a bit.
Yes.
I have not played it since, though. Like, I'm pretty sure we beat the game, and then we played... I can't remember. I think it had a multiplayer component to it. I think
entirely possible, yeah.
I think we played a little bit of that, and then it was just done. Like, there was nothing else to it. Like, once you beat it and destroy the whole campaign, like, that's it. Also yesterday was... This word always messes me up. How do you say
Tales of Symphonia.
Okay, that's how I was going to say it. Dawn of a New World HD for the PS3 and the Wii. Also yesterday, Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2 for the 360 and the PS3. And then jumping to this Thursday, there's a couple DS games coming out. First off, Professor Layton and the Azran Legacy. That's for the 3DS. And then Lego Marvel Superheroes Universe in Peril for the DS, the 3DS, and the Vita. Just another Lego Marvel game. I'm pretty sure that's the third one. I'm pretty sure. That's going pretty far.
The Lego game that I just saw get announced, I can't believe they're making. It makes perfect sense that they are making.
I've seen it.
It's going to land in my collection, unfortunately.
The Hobbit.
Yes, Lego The Hobbit.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I hope it's voice acted. That'll be great.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I just can't wait to see a Lego block Smaug.
Yeah. Oh, man. I never even thought of that.
The gold chamber full of bits.
Lego hobbits compared to like Gandalf. Like how does that even work?
Well, simple. You know, the hobbits and the dwarves are made out of Lego, and Gandalf is made out of Duplo.
I was gonna say, how can you make a Lego man's legs even smaller? Like that's I don't know. And then we do have a couple notable mentions here for up-and-coming games. On March 4th is South Park: The Stick of Truth.
South Park.
For the PS3, the 360, and PC. Really looking forward to this one. I've heard good things so far. There was a bit of news about this game for the Europe version.
Yeah.
At first, from the title itself, it says it's censored in Europe. But what that means is, if you're buying the South Park game in Europe, there is a total of 7 scenes of about roughly 20 seconds each that are totally edited out of the game. Well, I don't think they revoiced them. But
that's not bad. That's not as bad as I would have expected.
No, it's not about language or anything. It's just about the content within those scenes is not suitable, I guess, for Europe audiences.
Okay.
So, because when I read the article, I was like, no way. Like, why? Like, how could you censor a game like South Park? Like, that's what it is. And then this was just announced for the 360 and the PS3 versions of the game. I don't know if they have any control over the PC version. Like, I'm not too sure about that. Another notable up-and-comer is Titanfall, which is on March 11th. I don't know, I'm still on the fence whether I'm going to pick this one up or not. I probably will end up getting it since everybody else will. And another little piece of news that came out about this game was initially IGN came out and said the console version is going to require a 40 gigabyte install, but they quickly the company was quickly addressed the issue there and came back and got the facts straight, and it is a 20 gigabyte install on the Xbox One and roughly 50 gigabytes on PC.
That's not bad.
So that's, I don't know, that's reasonable, I guess, for what it is. And then more good Xbox news here. I've been looking forward to this for a while, finally, and I know the PS4's had it for a long time, since launch. Twitch streaming will be coming to the Xbox One in March. This is to go along Titanfall, I guess, was the main boost for this. There is one feature which I don't really understand what they mean by this, that the PlayStation 4 doesn't have, is players will be able to join the broadcaster's party mid-stream. I don't understand what they mean by that. If they're talking about, like when you're in a Twitch stream, obviously there's the chat and then there's stream.
Yeah.
But like, it doesn't mean you can join their game, or like it gives you the option to join their game. Like
I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see and give it the trial.
And I'm sure PS4 will strike back with something else with that.
They already have. It's better sales numbers.
Didn't happen.
You're also forgetting a great game that came out on Friday.
What was this?
We might have mentioned it last week. I'm probably forgetting. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze.
We did mention it. I forgot. I should have put it down again. And you picked this one up as well.
Yes, I had to. I love Donkey Kong. It's easily the only platformer I'll actually sit there and struggle through to the very end.
And I think this is one of the few remaining original Nintendo series that has kept its difficulty intact.
Yeah,
because
the controls are specifically designed to be sluggish, because Donkey Kong is huge.
Yeah, I remember I was already reading an article that was saying that, like, yeah, this game can be very hard.
Especially in co-op.
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't imagine trying to work together in a hard game, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. So you're gonna have to play both your games and...
yeah, I gotta sink some serious game time in before the 4th. Oh boy.
Yeah, man, you gotta give us a report on these games, man. Some PS4 news. The Japanese release of the PS4 was, I believe, last week.
And it's what I read, it was a huge success in comparison to the PlayStation 3?
Yeah, it definitely sold more units. Just over 300,000 were sold in 2 days. That's pretty reasonable numbers there. I believe the PS3.
Was about 88,000
Yeah,
in 2 days.
yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Some good news if you're a skateboarder. The Tony Hawk franchise is apparently coming back to consoles. For me, the one thing I was looking for, if these are going to make a comeback to the consoles, I didn't want it to be Activision. Activision has had their chance, pass it on. But no, apparently Activision, Tony Hawk and Activision have come out and confirmed this, so it is definitely in the works. I don't know what to think about this. Considering Skate, which was EA's response to the skateboarding games, they took over the fire, man. Like Skate ruled. There was three versions of the game. Like there was the original Skate, then 2 and 3, and then that was it. Like they stopped making them, and I believe Tony Hawk stopped either the year of Skate 2 or maybe it was around the same time. But I don't understand what happened to skateboarding. But obviously the video games just kind of died out. Skate took a very innovative approach to that type of game, making you kind of work for each trick with the triggers and the joysticks. So, and then Tony Hawk is kind of a button masher, kind of hit some buttons and you'll automatically do tricks kind of game. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what to think about this. Hopefully they're taking, hopefully it's not Tony Hawk Ride, I believe it was called, with the skateboard peripheral. They had a used one of those.
I saw that collecting dust for so long.
Oh man, it must have had an inch of dust on it down at Microplay. Oh man, I felt so bad. I was almost gonna buy it just to get it out of the store. Man, such a bad game. And another little bit of Sony rumors here. Sony is reportedly planning to reveal its PlayStation 4 virtual reality headset at the game's developer conference next month. So, and I didn't even hear about this.
GDC is up already?
Yes.
Oh man, E3 is closing in fast.
I know, eh? Well, yeah, it's what, August, I believe? I think it's August.
Might be earlier.
It's either July or August. It's in the summer.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure it's August.
It's fast approaching.
Yeah. GDC is an awesome conference. Tons of it's mostly the major technology companies. They go and they show off their new products, even products that are coming down the line within 10 years. Like they'll come out to this conference and tease you with crazy stuff.
Of course, that's the point.
Yeah.
Get you interested.
Yeah. So I'm guessing this is Sony's response to the Oculus Rift, which was also in the news because production has halted for the Oculus Rift just because I guess they ran out of certain parts.
Yeah, they've run out of parts, so they've had to stop shipments.
Yeah. So I don't know how back-ordered this product is. I would imagine there's quite a bit of demand for it. But yeah, I'm really interested to see what Sony's got here. I honestly thought Nintendo would be the first on this. They needed it. They really needed it. I didn't even know Sony were...
Nintendo was the first on it. It was called the Virtual Boy.
I know, but they need to bring it back, man.
They do not need to bring the Virtual Boy back.
Not the virtual... Well, okay, if they brought out a virtual reality, you know they're going to call it the Virtual Boy, or it's going to be virtual something, like...
Yeah, Virtual You.
Oh, no. No, they can't do that. Also...
Don't listen to us, Nintendo.
A little bit of Nintendo news here. I don't understand how this works, though. There's a new racing wheel for the Wii U revealed for Mario Kart 8. Kind of predictable, considering... But it looks exactly the same as the Wii wheel. But...
It's got a couple of subtle variations. It mainly has art on it stating that it's for Mario Kart 8.
It is branded Mario Kart 8.
And the only major thing I can see about doing the redesign for it is to ensure that the Wii Mote Plus motes fit inside. True. Because, sure, they look the same to us, but when you're fitting it into a peripheral, there might be a millimeter or two plastic difference that is changing things.
So far, this has only been confirmed for the UK. I would imagine it's coming to the Americas. That's just common sense.
Eventually, it'll show up.
Yeah. Another little last bit of news. If any of you have played Trials, what was it called? Trials.
Trials HD.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the last one was Trials HD. This is the type of game, if you compete with your friends in the leaderboards, or if you compete with anybody at the top of the leaderboards worldwide, it is an awesome game to play. It's basically like, what was it, Excite Bike for the NES?
Excite Bike on steroids.
Yes, so it is a graphically updated Excite Bike. So if you're interested in that, that has just been confirmed for April 16th. On the Xbox One, the PS4, the 360, and the PC. That's coming to you from Ubisoft and Red Link Studios.
Sounds good.
And that's it for gaming news.
No more gaming news. Okay, well, before we jump onto the entertainment side of things, it's time to take a nostalgic break. So, here on 102.7 Shop FM, we're going to leave you with 3 definite childhood classics.
They will get stuck in your ear.
For any Disney fan out there, here comes a triple header of Disney for our nostalgic break, and we're going to start it off with Aladdin, A Whole New World. Good evening, welcome back to 102.7 Shop FM. We are the Nerds of the North, and that was our nostalgic break. So we started off there for you with A Whole New World from Disney's Aladdin, following up with an absolute classic, The Bare Necessities from The Jungle Book, which did just see its Blu-ray release last week.
Yeah, I'm very pleased with that.
And finishing off there from The Little Mermaid, A Part of Your World, which is almost proven that you can't walk into a room full of women, especially if they are of the proper age where they saw this when they were a kid.
Yeah.
You can't start singing the song and have them not sing along. It's guaranteed. It will happen.
It's scientific fact, all right?
So to come on in and cover the entertainment news for this week, we have a couple of interesting stories here. Sci-Fi is going to be ending Being Human with the season finale this year on April the 7th.
See, now how long has that show been going on? I'm not too sure about that.
I've heard about it for about 3 or 4 years.
Okay, all right.
So it's a decent run for a show.
Yeah.
But again, for the fans out there, unfortunately, April the 7th, it will be the finale date. Set your recording devices and your PVRs so you don't miss it. Now, the Ghostbusters 3 script has been confirmed that it is being slightly reworked around the unfortunate loss of Harold Ramis.
Yeah.
And I do have to stress the unfortunate loss. I understand he was sick for a long time, but we have lost a comedic genius. So many of his films that he's either written, directed, or just been a part of.
Yeah.
They are just, you'll find them in anyone's collection.
They are the classics.
From Stripes.
Yep.
Caddyshack.
Yep.
Groundhog Day. Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters 2. I believe I know he was also in another one where they take over a radio station. He had a quick appearance in that. It's either Airheads or Airwave.
Oh, I can't think of it.
But I was sorry to see you go, and you will be missed. The third Smurf movie has been announced. Really? A third one?
Why?
They've seemed to realize that Smurfs with live action isn't working.
So
the third one is going to be entirely animated.
Oh my god.
It had better be entirely animated. And how about you bring in Gargamel this time?
Have they not done that yet?
Not that I'm aware of. Where would they have brought in Gargamel from? The Smurfs have been in the cities.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, while ago, there was a television show on NBC. This show ended up getting shut down because ratings on cable weren't very good. But on the Xbox video service and all the other ways of watching television without using the internet, they were getting a lot of viewership. And this show, of course, is Heroes.
Yep.
Did you watch Heroes at all when it was airing?
Okay, there was a lot of hype. I heard so many people talking about it, and it came on Netflix. I decided to give it a shot, and I got instantly hooked.
Yeah.
And when I got to the end of, season 3, I believe, I realized that they weren't making any more, and I was like, no! Why must you do this to me? It's always, if it's on Netflix, it's most likely a dead series. So most likely, like, there is some still obviously going, but.
But NBC has announced, and they used the perfect time to get the announcement out there for everyone, considering they put their announcement on during the Olympics.
Really?
It was an Olympic broadcast commercial where NBC aired this. Heroes Reborn, to arrive in 2015. A 13-episode miniseries, which will be written by the original writer of Heroes, who did seasons 1, and I think he did season 2 as well.
Yeah, most likely.
No news as of yet as to characters or actor castings who are coming back. We've already been talking about this. We want Hero.
Yes.
Claire.
Yeah.
Siler.
Yeah. I can't think of the. It's been a while since I've watched it.
It has been a while. It has clearly been a while, but there you go. Those are the 3 that definitely stick out in my mind.
Yeah.
I like the brother who absorbs everybody's powers.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
That's a cool power to have, man.
Ooh. You gotta have Hero's best friend come in, because I think they made him a villain near the end. That'll be funny.
Oh. See, if it's all new cast, it better be a decent up and coming new cast, because you know it's not going to be any big stars most likely if it's just a mini series at this point, unless they can get the big names in and make it last longer than hopefully 3 seasons. But
who knows?
We'll see.
Well, moving on to what's coming out into theaters and Blu-ray this week. First of all, coming out into theaters, 2 films have a Thursday advance screening. They are Non-Stop with Liam Neeson. This is the film about the air marshal.
Yep.
Looks pretty interesting. I think it's going to be one that I'm going to try and check out. The other Thursday advance release is for a film called Son of God.
Yep.
And coming into IMAX 3D this week on Friday is Stalingrad.
Not too bad. There was one other thing I wrote down I forgot to mention. I know I've talked about this before, was the Veronica Mars movie.
Oh yes, that's coming out this week?
Not this week, on March 14th. So, but the difference is, this is going to release into 270 theaters, and also you have the option to buy it online or rent or buy it online on the same day. So they're releasing this movie all out on the 14th. And this is exactly a year after the Kickstarter was started. So that's pretty astounding that they came out and did this. I actually took a look. If you're currently in Ontario listening to this show, there is theaters screening this movie. The closest one to us, I believe, is Richmond Hill. Okay. So there is local theaters planning to play this movie. So if you're a fan, go up, check it out.
Oh, sounds good. Now, Blu-ray for this week, there was a couple of items of note. One of which was Adventure Time, Season 3. And as soon as saying those words, the theme song's in everybody's head.
Yeah. I've been currently getting stuck into buying specific episodes off of the Xbox just to watch. Like, I know I could always...
Why? No, I'm curious as to the specific episodes and not the season.
It wasn't really specific that I've seen them before, but it was ones that I think I haven't seen before.
Okay. We also have Gravity coming out. It came out yesterday. And that is great to see because that movie was really, really good. I can't wait to see it.
I can't wait to watch it again.
And Thor: The Dark World. Our first 2 cinema screenings have come out full circle.
Yeah.
And we can now go out and buy them. That's great. Well, that's pretty much it of major note that's coming out on releases right now. But this Sunday, it's Oscar time.
Yes.
So what we decided to do, we're going to play a little game here, and next week we will match it up to see just how well we did. We've gone through and printed off the official nominee list for the Oscars, and we're going to see which one of us was able to better gauge how the Academy was going to vote on things.
Now, I will be honest, I have not seen...
Neither have I.
I have not seen a lot of these films.
Some of these films I am going off of hearsay.
Yeah.
Some of them I'm completely guessing.
Yeah.
But we're going to give it our best shot.
So nobody hate. It's pure, pure guessing.
Let's do it like the Oscars do it. Let's start at the back of the list.
Okay, all right.
So, for original screenplay, I decided to go with Her.
Where are you? Oh, at the very bottom of it. Sorry. Original screenplay, I actually picked American Hustle.
Okay. Adapted screenplay, I'm going to go with The Wolf of Wall Street.
I went for 12 Years a Slave on that one.
Achievement in visual effects, The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug.
I went Gravity.
Okay.
It's getting interesting.
Achievement in sound mixing, I chose Gravity.
Yeah, so did I. Gravity.
Achievement in sound editing, I had to go with The Hobbit on this one.
Yep, as did I.
Best live action short film, I chose The Vorman Problem.
I chose Helium.
Okay. Moving on to best animated short film, I went with Feral.
Get a Horse was my choice.
Achievement in production design, this is a movie that I've actually seen. I've decided to go with The Great Gatsby because that movie looked amazing.
Okay, I chose to stick with the one I knew, which was Gravity.
Okay. This next one just seemed to be a dead ringer for me personally, just based on the hype and everything that's out there. Achievement in music, written for motion pictures, otherwise known as the original song category. And I had to go with Let It Go from Frozen.
Yeah, I had to go with you on that one. I think it has a pretty good chance.
Very good chance, yes.
Yeah.
Moving on to Achievement in Music Written for Motion Pictures Original Score, I went with The Book Thief, simply because John Williams hasn't let me down before.
I didn't even notice that name there, but I'll stick with my choice, which was Gravity.
Okay.
Just because I keep getting the ending song stuck in my head.
Okay.
But if I would have seen John Williams' name right there, I probably would have immediately just put a check mark beside it.
For achievement in makeup and hairstyling, simply for what they made Johnny Depp look like, I have gone with The Lone Ranger.
Okay, see, I respect that. I had to go with, I'm not saying the full name, don't worry.
You went with Bad Grandpa?
Yes, I went with Bad Grandpa. Just because I've seen all of the previous work that Johnny Knoxville has done with these makeup guys. It's pretty crazy how much they can do to make you look like an older person.
Moving on to Best Foreign Language Film of the Year, my choice is The Hunt, coming out of Denmark.
I went with Omar, hailing out of Palestine.
Achievements in film editing, I went with Gravity.
Same here. Yeah.
Best documentary short subject, I chose Facing Fear.
As did I.
Oh, interesting. No, we did not do these at the same time, people. We did these at separate times. Best documentary feature, I chose 20 Feet from Stardom.
I just realized I did not make a pick, but I did now. I picked The Square.
Okay. For achievement in directing, I had to give this to Gravity.
See, I went off and I chose The Wolf of Wall Street on this one.
You're going for Martin Scorsese?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Alfonso Cuarón can pull this one off.
Yeah. I honestly don't disagree. I just thought I'd go off the trend of that we have going on here.
All right. Achievements in costume design, I'm going with The Great Gatsby again. For it was really, really vibrant and looked well.
This one's hard for, like, I don't know. It's hard to pay attention to this stuff when you're watching a movie. Like, yeah, you see the costumes, you know it. Everything has to be period,
Yes.
and all that stuff. So I just picked 12 Years a Slave because I'm pretty sure they did a good job.
For achievement in cinematography, I went with Gravity.
So did I.
And for best animated feature film of the year, I'm going out on a limb and I'm going for hope with this one. I chose The Wind Rises from Hayao Miyazaki. It is his final film. It looks absolutely breathtaking. I got to give this one my vote.
Yeah. See, as much as I would even like to see that one win, I picked Frozen just because it's the obvious choice and it was probably seen by way more people out there, including probably the voters for the Oscars. Did they already dub The Wind Rises, or did it only come out?
I'm not sure yet. I'm still waiting to go and find it and see it, so we'll figure something out.
That's interesting how it's on here, but...
Well, it's because it came out in the right time frame.
Yeah, but it was all in Japanese, was it not?
So what? So is all his other work.
Yeah,
You just wait for it to get dubbed.
Alright.
Performance by an actress in a supporting role. I went with Lupita Nyong'o for 12 Years a Slave.
See, I'm totally guessing here, but I just stuck with somebody I knew, which is Jennifer Lawrence in American Hustle.
Performance by an actress in a leading role. There's no question in my mind on this one. It's Sandra Bullock in Gravity.
See, I do like it, but based on I have not seen any of the other movies, I don't want to push it that far. But I did as well pick Sandra Bullock just because I really loved Gravity.
For performance by an actor in a supporting role, I went with Michael Fassbender from 12 Years a Slave.
Yeah, I had to pick that one as well. I like everything that he's in. Everything that he's in, I always get I don't know, he does such a good job. I really like his acting.
Performance by an actor in a leading role. I apologize if I get this name wrong. I'm going with Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Yeah,
Sorry, I can't say your name. I know the other movies that you're in.
Yeah.
In 2012, a couple of other ones.
Yeah.
But we're going with him for 12 Years a Slave.
I picked that one as well. I'm glad I didn't have to say it.
Okay. And for Best Motion Picture of the Year...
This is the biggie.
Just because, from all the reviews and from what I've seen of the film, I had to go with 12 Years a Slave.
Yeah. I think this is the obvious choice among everybody out there. Honestly, I would like to... I know Wolf of Wall Street and Gravity and 12 Years a Slave, they all did pretty well in the box office, if I remember correctly.
But sometimes it's not exactly box office.
Sometimes it's not. I know.
The impact that a movie leaves.
Yep. Even though some of the other ones here, like I haven't seen Dallas Buyers Club or Her, or I don't even.
Her is rather strange.
I haven't seen them. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that.
Okay. Well, that's it for our Oscars. We'll check back with us next week and we'll see just how well we did. Now, we are actually very, very close.
Oh, yes.
Very, very, very close.
The con!
We are very close to the ComiCon. And really excited
Yeah.
I almost hesitate to say this, but I'm already starting to get a bag ready to go. Making sure I have memory cards, cameras, batteries charged. Making sure I have everything ready to go so I can just grab and go. Because we're going to be racing from work to the con.
Yeah, on the Friday, right?
We're going on the Friday.
Oh. Wait, what time does it... It starts at, what, 5 on Friday?
Starts at 4.
4.
4 till 9.
That'll be interesting. I wonder if we can pull that off.
Is it 4 till 9?
I think it is. I'm pretty...
Yes, it is 4 till 9.
Okay.
On Friday. Well, we got a couple more highlights here to talk about, just for what's going to be showing up at the con. So a few more guests that I have here to listen. We have David Finch, who is, he's started out with Top Cow Productions and worked on something called Cyberforce. And he's moved on, he's doing a lot of work with DC, where he wrote and drew an 18-issue series of Batman: The Dark Knight. So we have a comic creator coming in now, so that'll be nice to see.
Yeah.
Tony Moore. This name is well known.
Yeah.
And if you don't know who it is, he's the man behind The Walking Dead. So he'll be showing up. I can almost guarantee there's going to be a lot of zombies now at the con.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Shambling mounds wandering around everywhere. And we also have a woman by the name of Lee Sion, a master level cosplayer. So it'll be interesting to see, maybe, and especially in her panel, get some tips and tricks.
Yeah.
Learn how to be a better cosplayer.
Yep.
We have Dan Parent from the Archie, Betty, and Veronica comics. We have Kyle Hebert from Blue Exorcist, and of course, every single episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Yes. I want to shake this man's hand.
What character was in every single episode of Dragon Ball Z? Well, Kyle played...
Trick question.
Teenage Gohan, Adult Gohan, West Kai, and I think he did PyCon as well.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he does the Ox King.
Yeah.
But this is the man who every single episode gave you the line you didn't want to hear. Next time on Dragon Ball Z. He was the narrator. So every single episode this man is in, he's had a part with. And it is going to be amazing. We have Christian Potenza, best known for being the voice actor of Jude in the animated series 16. He's also voiced a character in Total Drama. And for what he always uses with his voice acting, he's known for his laid-back surfer dude accent.
Yeah, I've actually watched that show a few times a few years ago. It's actually pretty funny.
You've watched that show?
Yeah.
Well, then you're going to be in for a treat. Because at the con, a live hit animated series, 16 of course, will do a full episode script read-through.
I think that'd be pretty fun to sit in on.
It'll be pretty interesting to see the actors throwing on the voices.
I've seen certain TV shows do sit around the table, live read of the script, and usually, like, depending on what it is, usually it's a comedy that I've seen, but just watching them do it, and for the first time, kind of just reading it out loud, but they're doing it sort of in character kind of thing, like, it's pretty funny to watch people do that.
Very much so.
But yeah, if you're going to do your plugs, do them properly. Tell us, when is the con and where is it?
Well, the con is it's going to be in Toronto at the Metro Toronto Convention Centre South Building.
Yes.
Friday, March 7th, 8th, and 9th. As we already discussed, Friday is going to be from 4 till 9.
Yeah.
Saturday is from 10 till 6.
Yep.
And Sunday is from 10 till 5. and you're looking at $45 for a weekend pass. Important thing to note, these weekend passes cannot be purchased at the box office. You have to do it ahead of time, and you can go to their website for that, which is quite easily comicontoronto.com. So, pretty easy to remember. Just type in Comic-Con Toronto into the wonderful world of Google, and you will find it. So, excited to get to the con. Can't wait.
Yeah.
We're about 11 days away.
You said that there was going to be some cold weather. Did you actually look that up?
Yes, it's actually going to be snowing the entire weekend of the con.
That weather better change.
It had better change, but it's going to be snowing, and I do not want to deal with that because if I decide to go in costume, it requires me to wear shorts.
Yeah.
And I am going to be cold, and I don't want to do that.
No.
So, in the end, you know what? I can't wait to get there. I can't wait to wander around. It's been a while since I've been to a con. It's going to be your first con.
Yep.
Hopefully we run into some of you there. Either way, it's going to be an experience to remember. So, we're at the end of our show here for this week on 102.7 Chop FM. Thank you very much. This has been Nerds of the North with DJ Padawan.
And DJ Bodobo.
Now we're going to leave you with a song here while we pack up and leave and head on home. This is from the Crew Shadows off their Frozen Embers album. Here is Winterborn, This Sacrifice.